Well, hey, before we get into it, I'm gonna just take a quick minute and tell you that I am now on TikTok at Bowling Buckosh, where I'll be making 1-minute reviews of our newest products. So if you like an abridged version, that's the place to do it. And of course, I'll still be making my long-form content here on YouTube and on Facebook. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment across all of the platforms to get all of your bowling needs. And now the real reason you're here, we're going to talk about the brand new Eruption Pearl by Columbia 300. It contains the Resurgence core. You've seen it before in the Resurgence and in the Eruption series, so this is nothing new. Of course, it's just retooled so that we could use it in our plant, but it is the exact same core with the exact same numbers. That is 2469 total RG, min RG. That's fairly low, so that means it's going to be a fairly mass-centric ball. It's going to rev up fairly quickly. And it's only got a .043 total differential that controls track flare and total hook. So that's going to be very medium in terms of the amount of flare and the amount of total hook you're going to see out of this ball. So all told, this is going to be a fairly controllable core shape. It's got dynamic core, which is brand new for the Resurgence and Eruption series. And of course, dynamic core is that blue stuff that you see when you drill into the outer. That's going to increase hitting power by increasing the strength of that outer core. And it's got the Reflex Pearl cover stock. Now, of course, Reflex, you've seen it a couple times before. Most recently, it was on the Resurgence from 2019 from EBI, but that was in the hybrid version and that was sanded, so quite a bit different than the pearlized 2022 version on this Eruption Pearl. And of course, this one has compound on top of it too, so much cleaner and more responsive to friction than that previous Resurgence ball right here. So I'm going to take you to the comparison chart and show you exactly how this ball stacks up with our current products in the Columbia 300 lineup. This chart contains every release in the Columbia 300 lineup for the entire year. They're sorted by oil volume from lightest on the left to heaviest on the right, and by response to friction, with the sharpest responding balls toward the top of the chart and the smoothest responding balls toward the bottom of the chart. Of course, our Columbia 300 Eruption Pearl is highlighted in yellow because that's our new ball. It's built to handle a medium to medium light amount of total oil volume, and it's not the smoothest or the sharpest ball that you've ever seen. It's just a real predictable contender for medium light oil to my eye. It falls on the line kind of between a smooth and a strong reaction. Like I said, it revs up fairly early. This cover is actually also fairly mid-laney for a pearl formulation. So the combination gives you a pearl that's fairly secure and fairly round. It's certainly not jumpy. It's not that major skid flip that you see out of some pearlized cover stocks. And the level of predictability is really what makes this a fan favorite for the Columbia 300 fans. It's why this core cover combination kind of keeps popping up, or at least this core nameplate combination keeps popping up. The level of predictability makes it a scoreable ball. It's not doing anything flashy, but it's doing the right things at the right times on those medium light conditions. So if you're a rev dominant bowler, or you just bowl in relatively high friction environments often, maybe your center doesn't put down enough oil, this one's just going to be a go-to staple performer, because not only does it get you down the lane, but it also gets you around the corner, like I said, in a predictable way. I feel like a little bit of a broken record, but it just bears hammering home. Like, it doesn't have to be flashy to be good, and I think that's what we see most about this Eruption Pearl and the Eruption series in general, and even the Resurgence series, which tends to have bigger, stronger, maybe sanded cover stocks on that series. And, you know, this really fills a nice little void in the Columbia 300 lineup right now. Obviously, it's not as sharp as something like a Dynamic Swing Pearl or a Command Pearl, which is very sharp, but it definitely gets you down the lane better and around the corner with a little more back-end response than a Power Torque, which on this chart you can tell is noticeably more strong overall in terms of the amount of oil volume it can handle, although they make similar shapes. So a wide range of versatility for both of those balls mean that your symmetrical arsenal is effectively covered for the Columbia 300 lineup as of right now. And of course, if you need something for heavier oil, you put a Command Solid right on top of it. You need a little more angle, you pick up one of those balls that's right above the Eruption Pearl on the chart. And if you see the burn, you pick up your Beast, and you've got a whole arsenal right here on this chart. That's my take on the new Eruption Pearl, which features an old friend, the Resurgence core, and of course the Reflex cover is no slouch either. It's January 28th by now, by the time I probably edit this video, so make sure you go to your local pro shop and pick one up, because that is the release date for that ball, so I don't Maybe I'll have it out before then. Knowing me, no. But at any rate, while you're here, like, subscribe, share on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. And of course, feel free to drop me a comment. I'm happy to respond when I have time. And I make new videos as new releases from the brands of Brunswick come out. So make sure you check back often. Catch you next time.